What's up everybody? My name is Liron and welcome to my channel. Today I'm gonna share with you what I do to build my self-esteem and also improve my relationship with other people. And after watching almost everything about confidence, watching videos, reading books, I still feel like I don't have the confidence. So later on I went out and approached people on the street. These two didn't help me and I felt like something is missing. By simply going outside and practicing approaching people, I wasn't able to deal with my anxiety of approaching people. So I did what I'm about to share with you in this video. The reason I'm sharing all of this is to hopefully inspire somebody to try something different, not what is always suggested in YouTube, as be alpha male and all stuff. So I actually promise you guys that this is not going to be this how to be alpha male BS, Alright, so stay tuned for the rest of the video and I will appreciate the feedback. I'm going to make this video as straight to the point as possible. I like to talk a lot. If you want to skip my backstory, feel free to skip ahead. I'll put timestamps. So without further ado, let's get to it. When I first got into self-improvement, I was obsessed with being confident, because I struggled with it a lot. So one day I went on and googled how to be confident, and that's how I stumbled upon the pickup industry. I watched hundreds of videos, read the articles and books, and even went out and practiced approaching random people and doing stupid tasks like clapping your hands for yourself in a busy street or asking for time, direction, when you already know how to get there.
In case you haven't noticed, I'm weird. I'm a weirdo.
The industry basically taught men how to act more confident, how to demonstrate high value, and how to gain, or in other words, how to seduce women for nerds.
And that'll mean something.
Yeah, but it means you guys are nerds.
Totally.
Their whole purpose is essentially to gain women. Winning the game means the girl is attracted to you, chasing you, and you did everything right, or mostly right. Now I say act because if you have seen any pickup artists on YouTube, you've probably seen that they are mostly acting to attract women. This is not how they behave with their friends, family. Well, I hope so. So they have to put masks to become someone else to attract women. Now, I don't say that it doesn't require courage to approach random people. What I say is, although they are attracted to the women they are approaching, they are kinda hide their emotions because they fear coming across as low value or not alpha and losing the girl's interest. So at the time when I was researching all of this stuff, even if I were nervous before approaching, me thinking about showing that I'm scared to approach her, showing her that I lack confidence or experience was a big no by the book. It was losing the game for me. Now I've learned a lot about female psychology from the pickup industry, but many things that they believe are actually kinda dumb. Like, you have to be alpha to attract women, and that alpha male are people who are always leading beta male, which is dumb. But I was dumb enough to believe it myself, so who am I to judge? Look at rock music. Now look at the actors and musicians like Harry Styles or the Beatles and so on. What's so alpha about them? Actually, by the definition of alpha, they are not alpha. They don't have a big jawline, deep voice, or James Bond vibe to them. But for some reason, women all over the world are attracted to them. So I knew something is wrong, and that's probably the fact that you've been brainwashed by the movies and thinking that this is how it should be. Well, what happened to me is that I read a book called Models by Mark Manson, which was the shifting point for me. Now, whenever I say that I don't like the whole pickup strategy and all these tricks and manipulation, I get the question that goes with, dude, if it works, what's the problem? And the problem is that you cannot act forever. You can act for one day or two. You can take a girl home and pretend that you are very confident, that you are very successful when you are not. And it could work for, let's say, hookups, maybe. But once you want to build a real relationship with people and connect with people, the girl will simply see through the cracks eventually. She will see that you are not the one person that she were attracted to in the beginning, that you are not as confident, that you are just fake. And eventually this is how she will lose attraction to you. Alright, so enough talking about all of this stuff. Let's just get to the point, shall we? Well, what's the alternative? What do I suggest? This is the best advice, in my opinion, yet the worst advice when it's out of context, which is be yourself. When I first heard about this whole be yourself stuff, I was like, alright, so I'm lazy and I don't go out and I don't have friends and I am unhealthy and I don't practice and I don't do anything. So just be myself means that I should keep doing me, like keep doing all this stuff? No. It's not about that. You should improve yourself always, like strive to be better version of yourself. I'm all into it, you know? But what I mean about being yourself is to accept your insecurities, your flaws, all the things that you feel like people will reject you because of them. Accept that. And not just accept, but also show that. Show your true colors to the world. Let's say you go to a bar and you see a cute girl sitting there, maybe with her friends, maybe by herself, and you want to talk to her, but you're insecure. And if you were in the pickup industry, then you will probably think of a trick to not think and go as fast as possible without thinking too much about the situation, not showing that you are too attracted to her, so she will not feel like she's on a pedestal and you are somewhere, you know, down here. What happens is that because you think about all of this stuff, you get more insecure. When you express yourself and you are being vulnerable, you do not worry about how it will come across, because this is who you are. If you are attracted, so you will show that you are attracted. You will tell her that she is beautiful, that she makes you kind of nervous. Being vulnerable is basically expressing yourself, your intentions, truly, without fear of being rejected. Being yourself is actually makes you free of all of this pickup industry tricks and stuff. And I know I got a lot about relationship right now, but it also helps building relationship with other people. When you don't have to hide, when you don't have to try and act like you're somebody else, you get to the point that people will trust you more and they will open up to you more quickly, because they will feel the connection, the trust that you will not judge them because you're not afraid of being judged. Right, so I don't say that you will magically become confident by being vulnerable, because being vulnerable is actually a very hard task to do. It's not a trick, it's not some manipulative way of trying to make people like you. It's a way of living. It's making sure that you are intact and connected with your own emotions, and you are able to express your emotions, which is very important for a healthy relationship. But being vulnerable is also about telling a person that he did something to upset you, to hurt you maybe, or that made you angry. For example, if you're on a date with a girl and she tells you you are straight up ugly, the right thing to do is just to excuse yourself and go away, you know, so you don't have to stay there and tolerate all of this stuff. Now, before you do that, you should set yourself some boundaries. Like, what will you tolerate, what you will not tolerate. I feel like a lot of people don't set these things because they don't want to comfort people. They don't want to get into a situation where they will upset other people. Alright, to summarize everything that I just said, become more vulnerable by expressing who you are, expressing your true self, not being afraid of your insecurities and your flaws, because we are not perfect. So express your sexuality, express whatever it is that you feel, and not because you want something, but because that is who you are, because That is what vulnerability is. And this will make your relationship more exciting, more vulnerable, and more meaningful.